Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And you know what? Today I'm going to talk about something just a little bit different. Still a review, but not really of action figures. But stick with me because it's something that I'm definitely going to use with my action figures. So you can see I'm wearing glasses, and that's right, I do wear prescription glasses. And normally I would have like two pairs of glasses. I have one for my far vision that I use, and I typically use those when I go to the movies or if I'm driving at night or something like that, or if I want to really pay attention to a good movie in high definition on my TV. Otherwise, I can pretty much survive without those glasses. The second set of glasses that I always have is I have a pair of what they call like computer glasses or work glasses, where they have the reading prescription but is built out about as arm's length about how far your computer monitor would be from you. And I did have a pair that had both prescriptions in it, and it kind of like transitioned down, but it was an older prescription, so I knew I needed to update my glasses. And I decided that glasses, they're pretty expensive. You're going to have them for a long time. And I've been reading about these RayBan Metas. So I thought, heck, I should just invest in a pair of the RayBan Metas and see if I can just get enough out of them to make that little bit of extra cost really worthwhile for prescription glasses. So these are the RayBan Metas, and they have my prescription in them. Now, I went with the Wayfarer lens because I'm very familiar with it. Wayfarers are my favorite glasses. I've been wearing them pretty much forever. It probably all started when I used to swim and play water polo. The Ray-Bans were my favorite glasses. I did not get a sunglass lens, and I did not get like one of those transitions that gets darker when you go outside, because when you're driving in your car, you got UV protection from the glass, so they're not going to change anyways. And the transition back to clear just takes a long time. So anyways, these are regular prescription glasses. I can read with them. I can see far with them. They are great. What I want to talk about is kind of how I'm going to use those with my favorite hobby, which is collecting action figures. Okay, so here I am. And I would be filming, basically trying to put this thing together, putting this thing on like that, snapping that into place. And I'm doing it all with this camera, a camera right here in my way. Or I set it off to the side, and then the next thing you know, I'm kind of blocking. So I'm showing you how this works. Or I just filmed from my glasses. So just for giggles, I got the HasLab Rattler. You saw what it looked like from behind the camera, but let's just pretend like I was putting this wing in for the first time. Now here I am, I don't have anything in my way, and I'm able to click it into place. Now I think that's pretty cool, that I don't have anything here, and I'm right here on the plane. I can get both of my hands in here, and I don't have to worry about a clunky camera in front of me. So hopefully this is going to alleviate a lot of the comments that I got on my video about how I just mishandle all of my stuff. It's not intentional. It's just a matter of trying to get a video in a frame and working around a camera. That really is a hindrance. So you saw how I would kind of use those maybe if I was filming a review or something like that. And now I want to kind of like just go over some of the features and stuff like that, which are pretty nice. Built into the frame are the batteries and everything. And, I've been wearing them around, and I get about a full day's worth of like wear, maybe around 7 hours of constantly being on. And that is a variety of use, taking some pictures, taking some videos, and listening to stuff through the speakers that are built in, or taking and making phone calls. Because these glasses, believe it or not, really will work like a Bluetooth headset. And they got a microphone in them, so everybody I've talked to while wearing them has had no problem hearing me. So I know that call clarity is pretty good because I have no problem hearing anybody that I've been talking to, and it's felt very natural. It was a little bit strange that I'm not feeling anything in my ear, but I can still hear them clearly. Now the thing is, there's a slider bar on the side that turns up and down the volume, and it's also got a touch where I could like click it and start listening to a podcast or something like that, whatever's queued up. I just looked right now to make sure that when I touched the side, it didn't stop the camera because it's got like a little touch sensitivity in there. So there's like a couple of speakers, and then they broadcast the sound. And if you have the volume high enough, people around you could also hear the volume of that because they are not in your ears or anything like that. But it's almost the same. If you were wearing headphones that are in your ears and you have the volume cranked up, other people would be able to hear it. But having the volume about like even 30-40% is perfect, where you can hear what's going on if you're watching a video or making a phone call, and you can still hear everything that's going on around you. So I feel like in that respect, it's been pretty good. The other features that this has is it has some sort of an AI tech, right? If I said, hey Meta, what am I looking at?
You are looking at a room with a collection of action figures and other items.
Okay, so I don't know if you could hear that, but it's basically saying I'm looking at a collection of action figures and toys, because I'm looking at my shelves right there that have all my action figures and toys. And I'll take a picture so you can also see what I was looking at. So there's two ways to do it. I can click this little button that's on the top, and I could take a picture, and it takes a picture. If I hold that button down, it'll start recording a video. Now the cool thing about recording the video or taking the picture, in my opinion, is this little LED light turns on and turns off when you stop recording or stop taking a picture. And I think that is brilliant because it lets other people around you know that you are taking a picture or that you're recording video, so that you don't feel like you're invading anybody's privacy. And because I'm planning to use these glasses when I go to stores and do like toy hunts and stuff like that, I really want to be open and transparent and let people know that I'm filming around them. And I think that is the perfect way to let them know that. So I'll show you some clips of me doing some toy hunts and maybe how I might edit those videos. Okay, so this is how the video would be. It's in portrait mode. You can see that like I got the Star Wars figures out there. I'm looking pretty much at them and the camera is capturing them. And here's that same video again, but this way, this time I'm cropping it into a horizontal for a toy hunt video for YouTube. And you can see that you can really see all the figures. So you can see, I think that these glasses are pretty good because they have some built-in AI technology. I can like look around, it can identify stuff for me. There's a translation built into the Meta AI app, which pairs with it on your phone. You can take up to a 3-minute video, which is fantastic. And even though it is in the portrait mode, you can find a way to edit that into a horizontal video, which is perfect for like YouTube. Or you can put it up in a vertical and make YouTube shorts. Now the thing is, these glasses are like pretty much for all day wear. I will tell you, they are a little bit heavier than my regular glasses. But you know what? They're not much heavier than my regular RayBan sunglasses that I would wear. So I'm kind of used to the weight. But be aware that if you transition to a regular pair of prescription glasses to something like these RayBan Metas, there is going to be some additional weight, and your face might feel it after a few hours and you might get tired. But you know, I don't really know many people who have their glasses on and don't take them off once in a while, just to kind of relieve a little bit of the stress and tension of having that weight constantly on their face. Now the thing is, I feel like they're very, very durable. The battery is pretty good. It could be a little bit better, but they come with a case with a battery in it, and you put them in there and it charges up fairly quickly. You just got to remember to keep that case charged so that you can always charge your glasses when the batteries are running out. And intuitively, the voice will tell me, hey, your glasses are 15%. Charge them for full functionality. And then one day I was out and it basically told me, hey, your glasses are 1%, buddy. You're out of luck. Now, the cool thing is you can go in there and you can have different voices and stuff like that. And right now I'm using the Aquafina voice to do all my Meta responses and stuff like that, which is a little bit fun. And, you know, I might change that up in the future.
Here's one of the voices you can choose. You can always change it later in settings.
Here's one of the voices you can choose. You can always change it later in settings.
But anyways, these are the RayBan Metas. I think they're pretty good. That was kind of my overall feelings on the glasses. I think Overall, they're good glasses. They're sturdy. They take good pictures. Not great pictures. It's never going to replace my phone. They won't violate your privacy because they got a light on them that turns on when you're shooting glasses. You can wear them by taking phone calls and watching YouTube videos, and you can hear everything right here. And you know what? You don't have to be bothering anybody when you're doing it. And the cool thing about it is, it pairs with your phone. You keep your phone in your pocket when you're taking those phone calls. You don't have to whip out your phone if you like want to grab a quick picture because you see something happening in front of you. Plus, it's got that AI technology built in. I think overall, the RayBan Metas are really fun to use, and I can see a lot of application for me in the future with these because I'm going to use them for toy hunts, action figure reviews, maybe not so much the review, but maybe assembly of bigger items when they get clunkier and you're trying to like hide from behind that camera or something like that. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that they're worthwhile? Did you see from the video, and do you think like, yeah, you can see some functionality behind that? And would you consider getting a pair for yourself so that you can go do toy hunts and stuff like that and have both hands free to grab all those action figures that are on the shelves? Anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And as always, have a fantastic day.